This Marvel movie is not just one of the best Marvel movies to come out in recent times. I genuinely think this is one of the best Marvel movies of all time. And not just the MCU, all time. That might be a little bit too much, but that's okay. Let's talk about it. I have a lot of thoughts I want to get out of the way. For starters, hi, welcome back to another Andrew's Movie Reviews. Today we watched Thunderbolts on opening night. This time I watched it with some friends. That'll be a point I'll bring up later in the video, so stick around to the end of the video to hear that point, because I promise you, it might be a hot take for some of you guys, so we'll see. But yeah, Thunderbolts. We talked about this before, I think, in the last video, but I was excited for this movie because I thought it looked good, and then I was like, it probably will just be like another generic Marvel movie. But then I saw on Twitter, X, whatever, that Discussing Films, a big page about movies, gave this movie debuted with a 95% on Rotten Tomatoes. And I was like, what? Like, I don't think I've ever seen a Marvel movie, besides maybe like the Avengers movies, debut with a 95. Right now it's sitting at like an 88. So it's not bad, don't get me wrong, but it's not a 95. But yeah, so let's give the rating first before anything, because I'm trying to quantify a number in my head. So genuinely, while watching this, I was debating if I liked it more than Sinners, but I felt like in a traditional movie sense, it wasn't better than Sinners, so I can't give it higher than Sinners. If anything, I want to give Sinners a higher number right now, to like an 8.6 instead of the 8.5 I gave it, but that's just fucking points. It doesn't matter, right? So I think the number I'm settling on is either 8.3 or 8.4. Because it's genuinely my second favorite film I've seen this year. I cannot speak right now. It's a little late. It's like midnight right now. But yeah, let's dive into it a little bit. I'll try to be as spoiler-free as possible. So make sure you watch a Marvel recap before going into this film, because I feel like it'll be pretty important. So there's a channel I watch, not to like, I'm not sponsored, just want to plug him real quick. Man of Recaps, he did a quick like 3-minute Marvel recap for this, and it was super helpful. So make sure you watch that, because at this point, any Marvel film needs to have a fucking recap. But like, yeah, so I guess we'll start with the story in itself. The story was so fucking good. It was a little, my friend used this word, and I'm going to steal it from him, on the nose, though, like the way it projected its story, I guess I can say without spoiling. It was a little on the nose, but it wasn't like it was like super, like, just hits you over the head. Like, this is the point of the film. This is the point of the film. This is the point of the film. I mean, at some points, maybe, yeah, but like, it's never letting it someone like, it's not jarring, let's put it that way, right? And I think it really works well. I think it really fit the vibe. So I guess the only thing I can really compare this to is the Suicide Squad. Not the shitty one, the James Gunn one. Same story, obviously, but like different ways to say it. I'm sure you've watched at least the James Gunn one. But like the James Gunn one was more about like, if I remember correctly, it's been a couple of years, but it was more like, hey, we're quirky bad guys who do quirky things, but like we're still saving the day. This one was more of like an exploration into the characters and their backstories and like them genuinely trying to better themselves. So like, if you're going in here expecting like Suicide Squad antics, yes, you're gonna get that, don't get me wrong. It definitely has very comedic, funny moments, but I feel like it's a lot more of an emotional journey, which I really appreciate. I really love films that are like, make me laugh, but they also make me feel. Let's put it that way, right? And I think this film was a fantastic example of that. The characters themselves, like, I just really liked how they elevated smaller background characters, some of them who were in like absolute crap movies, and then put them in here. Like, one of them was from Quantumania, I'm pretty sure, or the second Ant-Man. I don't know which one, but I didn't watch the third Ant-Man, so like I didn't know who they were. I wasn't familiar with them. Well, it might have been the second one actually, so maybe I have. I don't remember. I haven't watched an Ant-Man movie in like fucking forever. Another character, Taskmaster. We'll get into that later, but I didn't even know who the fuck they were. But I guess they were from Hawkeye, I think, the TV show. I haven't been up to date with the TV shows either, so I'm a little behind on Marvel stuff. So maybe I'm not the best to a deep dive into Marvel movies. But yeah, I love how they elevated like lesser known characters. The Walker, John Walker. I did watch the Captain America or the Falcon and, what was it? The Falcon and the Winter Soldier show? Was that what it's called? I don't know, whatever. But I did watch that. So, okay, let me get to my point. My point being that the characters were really elevated, had their own like really good backstories, and I fucking love the acting. Florence Pugh is a fantastic fucking actor. And I really like that she can pull off a Russian accent pretty well. Obviously, I don't speak Russian, so I don't know if a Russian person feels the same I do. But her and David Harbour killed it Russian accent wise. David Harbour was fucking hilarious and did a great job. Their dynamic is so fucking good on screen. Everyone else did a good job. Character, I don't know if this is a spoiler or not, but there's a character called Bob. He had a great fucking acting. Everyone was overall was good acting. Valentina, who I know as a hot sauce bottle, but is also a character. I'm pretty sure she was from like Black Panther 2, I think, probably before that too, but she was really good at being a horrible person. Let's put it that way. And that's why she was the antagonist. But she was really good at being a horrible person. So everything was solid all around, and I genuinely really liked it. Visual effects were really good. I know Marvel movies have been going downhill a little bit in the visual effects department, but this time I think it was really well done. I can't think of a horrible shot. I'm sure if I deep dived into it more, I could find some, but nothing horrible, nothing jarring. It was solid all around VFX wise. Story was fine. Sound effects were actually pretty good for this one, like the gunshot sounds. Another thing about this film, really quick. This is a PG-13 film. This is the closest to an R rating I think I've ever seen a Marvel movie. Obviously, Deadpool's rated R, but this was the most R-rated, not R-rated film I've seen, especially in a Marvel series, because people are dying, people are getting shot. I don't remember if there was blood, maybe a little bit, and there was a lot of bad words. Nothing like, there was no fuck or something like that, but there was like asshole, there was like goddamn, stuff like that. Nothing crazy, but there was a lot of bad words, a lot of violence, some genuinely dark moments, and like, we were watching it and I was like, are we sure? Because I remember it was not rated until like genuinely like this week. I swear they had Marvel or Disney had to bribe the fuck out of the ratings board to get this to be PG-13. Because like, it wasn't like crazy dark, but like for PG-13 standards and Marvel standards, absolutely. Probably one of the darkest fucking films out there besides like the end of Endgame. Was it Endgame? No, before that. Infinity War. Sorry, Infinity War. When everyone gets fucking Thanos snapped. This was fucking dark, bro, and it was a good dark. Don't get me wrong. That shouldn't be a spoiler. Hope not. But yeah, I have a lot to talk about spoiler wise. So let me just fucking wrap it up and go to spoilers because I got stuff I want to talk about. So spoiler warning. So right off the bat, like I was saying, this film was fucking kind of dark. That part where that fucking little girl gets fucking evaporated, bro, genuinely out loud, I was like, oh my fucking God. Like, I did not expect that. There was a hella dark moments in this film. People get shot, people get killed. Fucking Taskmaster gets fucking shot in the head and killed immediately in the fucking film, bro. Again, I don't know who that is, to be honest. But like, apparently, I don't remember this, but my friend was saying that she was in the trailers, but like in scenes where she wasn't in the film. So like, they like edited her into the trailers, but like she wasn't actually in it, if that makes sense. So yeah, not expecting Taskmaster to get fucking obliterated immediately, but yeah, it was like figuratively and literally a dark film for Marvel standards. Let's put a disclaimer on that, for Marvel standards.
One thing I wanted to add in post real quick is that I really love the action in this film. Like, there were some really good set pieces. And I saw this one shot while looking through the trailers while editing this that I just remembered that I loved, was that one scene in the beginning where like she throws, I think it was Elena who throws a knife, and then one person catches it and then throws it at another person, and one person catches it and throws it at another person. I fucking love the action set pieces. They were definitely one of the better moments, and I think honestly one of the better action set pieces I can think of in a recent Marvel film, which is saying something because Marvel is all about action, obviously. But I think it was just really creative, really well done, and I enjoyed it. And I just wanted to talk about that real quick. Back to our regular scheduled video.
But I fucking love the idea of like light and darkness in this film, and darkness being like low points in mental health, because people are struggling with not just their past but their mental health, feeling of loneliness, feeling of just darkness in general, and the common theme of like pushing down your darkness and like dealing with your darkness, basically. And I loved like I don't know if I say it's foreshadowing and just metaphors, but one of my favorite foreshadowing examples It was when they were in the elevator and they were like, none of you guys can fly, right? And everyone's like, no, no, no. And then like fucking they get out of the elevator and all that shit happens, and then fucking Bob starts flying. I love that. I was like, that's fucking funny. It was played off as a comedic moment, but it was actually foreshadowing. Did not expect that. But I love that how David Harbour's character, fuck names. I forgot names. The red guy. God, what is his name? I'm so bad at fucking names, bro. I'm gonna call him Alexei because I assume every Russian guy is named Alexei. But I love how he was like calling Yelena's light. I can always see your light. I can see your light. Like I can see your light shining. Like her whole struggle with finding herself and finding her happiness. And that's a juxtaposition to how Bob is just full of darkness. So her light versus her darkness, and then them coming together to like find a common gray area, because black and white make gray. Look at me, color master. I don't know, but I fucking love the themes of this. And like I said, they were a little on the nose with it. Like obviously his fucking darkness engulfing everything. Like, yeah, it's a little on the nose, but like it's not like it's poorly laid out, I guess. There's a better term I can't think of right now. Okay, one thing I do want to mention. So remember how my last Marvel video, the Captain America one, I talked about how I was like, there's literally no Avengers anymore. Like, there's no, like, who's going to save the universe? Like, the Avengers movie's going to come out, and, like, there's no good heroes. And at the end of the film, they make them the new Avengers. And, like, the theme of this film itself is that, like, there's no one to save the universe anymore. All the Avengers are fucking dead or gone. And it's like, who's going to save the world? And then, like, that's a theme in this film, which is obvious. Don't get me wrong. Like, obviously, they're gonna have to address that at some point. But I liked how they did it at this film, and at the end, they made them the new Avengers. I thought that was really funny. That's not something I expected at all. I love how the name Thunderbolts comes from past. Past is such a big thing in this, and then obviously the big reveal at the end, the Fantastic Four coming into this universe. Because I remember hearing that the Fantastic Four was in a different universe, but obviously they're gonna be in a new Avengers movie with fucking Robert Downey Jr. making his return. I guess, so obviously I've been seeing the trailers for Fantastic Four. I'm not as excited about it as everyone else is I've seen. I'm still going to watch it, obviously. It just hasn't looked crazy to me. Maybe because I didn't like the first original Fantastic Fours, and I didn't even watch the fucking other Marvel Fantastic Four, because now there's apparently 2 Marvel Fantastic Fours. But yeah, I'm just curious to see how it's going to play out, that they're going to end up in our universe. Is it going to be like thing like Avengers and Infinity War, how like the timeline happens because of the start of the film, or if it's going to be like the Silver Surfer, because the Silver Surfer's the bad guy in Fantastic Four, if it's going to bring him into their universe. I don't know. I'm just curious to see how it's going to play out, and it did make me want to watch Fantastic Four more. So good job on you, Marvel. The post-credit scenes were actually really good. I actually really enjoyed them. I already forgot what the first one was, but it'll come back to me, I hope. Yeah, honestly, like, I don't know what I can really say. Really well done, really well made movie. I know I said top 5 all time. I don't remember, because obviously it's not better. My favorite Marvel movie of all time is Guardians of the Galaxy 1. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 might have been better. I'm trying to remember. I fucking love James Gunn, though. I love Infinity War. I didn't love Endgame as much as everyone else did. Yeah, I don't know. I think honestly maybe top 5. Some problems with this film, like I was saying, I was almost gonna put it above Sinners, and then it kind of fell off a little bit towards the end. Not anything horrible. And I'm not usually a big fan of power of friendship overcoming everything. It's just kind of dumb. But it wasn't horrible the way they did it here. I don't love it, but it wasn't horrible. But I also fucking loved Bob. I forget what his Sentry. Yeah, I fucking loved Sentry, bro. I love overpowered characters. The way he just fucking dismantled everybody. He was like the way, especially the part with John Walker where he fucking folds his shield like a taco and he beats the fuck out of Bucky. Like Bucky starts hammering on him and he's like, I didn't feel that, and just fucking chucked him across the room, bro. I fucking loved Sentry in this film. Yeah, so it was definitely not a perfect film. It definitely had its flaws, but like I said, this is definitely the best Marvel movie since Guardians of the Galaxy 3, and just in general, a long time. If you want to say top 5 all time with me and agree with me, great. I understand if you don't want to agree with me on that, but you should agree that this is the best Marvel movie to come out in a while, in my opinion. 100% way better than Captain America. That's for goddamn sure. The third one, at least. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought about this film. Did you guys like it? Did you guys hate it? Did you think it was top 5? Did you think it was just okay? Let me know. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And next week, we should be watching... I looked it up, and I already forgot. I don't think it's Mission Impossible. I'll add a fucking note here if we have to. But yeah, I just remembered I want to make this one point really quickly. Sorry. Backtrack. So I promised you I watched this film about my friend. I want to talk about it. So my friend watches every Marvel movie, day one release. He's not a Marvel glazer, but he does like watching Marvel movies. I'm also not a Marvel glazer, so glazer as in like a super fan. But my friend loves going to the movies, and he loves crowds that like are loud and cheer. And I fucking hate when anyone makes a fucking sound besides laughing in a fucking movie. Gasp, sure, but I fucking hate people who cheer. I hate people who fucking clap. I don't make a fucking noise. I am trying to enjoy a fucking film. I know this is a hot take for some people. I know some of you guys want to experience movies with other people. Leave me the fuck alone. Leave me the fuck alone. Let me watch my fucking movie. That is why I sit in the very back on the side when there's no one around me. I want to watch my fucking film in peace. My friend hates quiet theaters. He loves the crowd. He loves the cheering. I cannot fucking stand it. Now, do you guys agree with me on this one too? Do you agree with me on the movie? Do you agree with me on my point? Just comment. Tell me what you guys think. I'd love to hear it. I'd love to read it. Okay, sorry to keep you waiting. This is a long-ass fucking video. Not Better Than Sinners. Second favorite movie of the year, though, 8.3. And I am excited to see Fantastic Four. A little bit. Not really, but kind of. A little bit. Whatever. Goodbye. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Thank you.